Might know what the feedback was, by the way.
Oh,
That's
okay.
probably the headphones themselves. Is it still doing that because they replugged it in?
A little bit. It's not as
Mm.
bad, but yeah. Sorry, everybody. The stream obviously did go down. Um, I lost power for a hot second, and I mean a hot second. Wasn't that long, but you know, here we are, rebooting everything back up. Okay, yeah, it's getting worse, Rainbow.
Okay. Maybe we don't need the headphones. Try that. Just make sure that's not too loud so that there's not any echo.
Yeah, that's good. That's a lot better.
Turn down that one or two. Just so that people can hear the voice of the commentator. And nothing extra. In any case, Rainbow wishes that you all are having a good day so far. For those tuning in, thank you very much. And we're going to have some awesome Smash matches coming up shortly.
Okay, I think I got it all back together. Sorry for that quick interruption. If I haven't said it already, I lost power for like a hot second. Everything in my house went dark.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. It wasn't really in your control.
Yeah, it was just real random. So I wonder what it was, but you know, tis what it is. Tis what it is.
What's the weather like over there? Is the weather all right out there? It's not like too windy or there's not a storm going on?
No, our storm was yesterday.
Yeah, you had a storm recently. It has been a heck of a spring so far, though, for sure. Not particularly the warmest until like maybe last week.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, and it makes me feel terrible for the most part. I've been having some really bad allergies over the last couple of days.
Sorry to hear that.
It's all a part. It's all a part of it. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen these two people on stream before. So maybe Taffy. Taffy sounds familiar.
Taffy sounds like a tag that might ring a bell. It could also be a common tag, who knows? But they might have been on before. I think the Yoshi icon in the arena, I can't tell because it's obviously very small due to the in-between matches, but I think that might be Taffy. We'll see. But yeah, didn't exactly have a lot of time to do research on players today, so should be completely fresh. Round one here. We're going to see exactly how much practice these people put into the game, how much fire they're going to bring to the match, and it should be a good one for a first match. We get to really see like just Oh, you get to see a lot more of the basics for sure. Always good for starting understanding.
Okay.
Whoosh.
Whoosh indeed. Let's see. We have a piranha plant versus a Yoshi. I mean, hey.
Rare moment where the profile pic actually matches the character that they choose.
All right. And off to the races we go.
Yeah, let's see who's who here. This is
What's going on, everybody? This is Money
interesting
Match Gaming.
matchup.
I am the
It's
Infinite,
funny to
and
say,
I'm here
but
to talk a
some
little bit
Yoshi
about
players
how
actually
Smash GG
think
works and the general
some Yoshi
settings
players
for
have actually thought that this
our
matchup
general
can be
events.
a little bit harder than you would expect. Is this the correct transition or?
No, it's not.
Okay, we're trying to figure it out. There we go. Okay, so Taffy is the Yoshi. That tag did sound like a Yoshi name, to be fair. We have Roll SP with the Piranha Plant here. And in all honesty, Piranha Plant is equipped with quite a few tools to deal with Yoshi's gameplay in Smash Brothers. Yoshi has a very aerial-based game, has one of the highest air speeds, so you can come in with a lot of aerial combos. But Piranha Plant as a character embodies anti-airs. You've got Spike Ball, you've got a very strong up smash. You have an up air with invincibility on it. You also have a pretty solid up tilt too. But all of these moves complement Piranha Plant's kit really well. And this character can also force you to approach with the differing angles on their Spike Ball. They will also force you to keep away with another move in their down special that extends just like that. And it has a little bit of armor as well on the pot when it lunges out. It can be beaten with a strong enough move, or you can just grab them out before it comes out. And both of those options usually work out pretty well. And this is a pretty close match so far. Just got to be very careful here how Taffy approaches this Piranha Plant. Edgeguard situation here. Tries to go for a forward smash. A neutral get up safely. Gets Roll SP back on. Can they close it out? Yeah, okay. Up air from below. I think that caught them just when they were trying to go for another down special there, and it caught them from below outside the armor range. So that was a pretty nice way to close the stock, but gotta watch out with that approaches again, because Piranha Plant embodies anti-airs. That move right there, answering to the downer attempts from Taffy perfectly. Taffy, I've already seen going in with a lot of short hop downer, trying to get these combos going with Yoshi. There are a lot of good ways to set up combos, and that is one that I have seen that Yoshi players do like to do. Why are they doing that? It's just the downer in general sets up. If you space it well, it can also complement the air for an up air, which can set up for a very nice juggle as well. There's just a lot of rapid hitboxes as well that a lot of characters will have to respect in certain situations, but again, not Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant is ready for that situation there. There's a down throw, got the Yoshi off stage. Ooh, narrowly avoiding the spike ball there. That clips them. That would have been broken through the double jump armor and made things a lot harder for recovery. Roll SP will get the stock there. Okay, trying to space it out. Nicely done. A little fade back right there, covered in the roll distance for an F smash to meet Roll SP there. Taffy's gonna have to be very careful with adjusting their approaches here. Already looking to try to change things up a little bit differently here. You're seeing a change in their aerial approaches here from going for these short hop downers to now going for a back air or a close quarters neutral air, but still taking a lot of these trades here. Roll SP is finding a bit of an advantageous situation out of that. Pretty good damage on the board though. This is still pretty close. Nice grab right there. There's a lot of really good control from Roll SP actually, and the way that they use their poison cloud. Just really proficient use right there as a bait tool in general, because that move can be pretty nice to force some players to approach. You gotta be careful how you approach the poison cloud, because if you get into that cloud, you are taking a big commitment. You're gonna be taking a lot of damage, and you won't necessarily be able to see what Piranha Plant's doing if he's in the cloud as well. Watch for the spike ball. That will do it. The call out on the landing neutral right there for Roll SP. Very nice stuff for taking the first game.
Okay, in between those matches, let's see how this goes.
There's a little bit of an adjustment here. If there was anything to say, though, a lot more use of Yoshi's grounded play could work out pretty well here. You could see trying to go for more dash-in options to try to force the Piranha Plant to get a little more uncomfortable, because Yoshi also has really good grounded movement as well. But right now, it feels like no matter how Taffy adjusts in the air, Roll SPP has been ready for those options. So it's going to come down to that. Maybe throwing in a little bit of dash attack here could work really well, because it's a really good burst move. It could work as an answer for something like a spike ball. Once it's being shot through, they can go underneath that option and come in to open up an advantage state there. And honestly, using a little bit more egg as well would also help to make the Piranha Plant uncomfortable as well, because another advantage to Piranha Plant is defensive game compared to approach game. If they're being harassed by projectiles, they are eventually going to be forced to make an approaching option, which Roll SPP hasn't really shown as much of in their game plan. That's been mostly focused on just keeping Yoshi out. So we're going to see the same matchup here. Not sure if the stage exactly matters here. I think it's more about how to play against the matchup here, but it could depend really. Should we get a stage like Battlefield, Yoshi can definitely juggle Piranha Plant pretty decently here. I don't know if that's what we're doing though, because we are seeing them both FD, so that might have been a misclick. They might want FD actually, considering that it is on the FD variant.
That is indeed correct.
Okay. Yeah. I can sort of guess what Taffy's game plan is here. They probably want the open space to work with here, so that if what I'm thinking of their game plan here of using more eggs is what they want to do, then FD will make that definitely easier, because platforms can interrupt egg trajectories a little bit. It's not really a huge thing for Yoshi, but it will help. It will help a little bit if that's their game plan. Now we'll just have to see. FD is known to be a pretty neutral heavy stage, because a lot of the time you are forced to one flat ground to fight on. Nice. Let's smash, bro. Alright, here we go. Yeah. Okay, that's a good start right there. Yoshi definitely having that advantage for early combo game. Again, it's going to matter how they deal with the traps and setups that Roll SPP has shown in game 1 here. They tried to throw the egg and the spike ball immediately blocked it. That was such a well-timed spike ball toss from the Piranha Plant there. Really clean stuff. Pretty much ready for that projectile game to come from Taffy there. It's as if they anticipated this game plan from the stage pick, which if so was very intuitive. Yeah, Taffy right now, ooh, big pressure situation right there. You see Piranha Plant on the ledge, and if they neutral get up, if they pick the wrong option there, going for that Yoshi bomb is a big read, but with a big payout as it takes the shield break. A kill at 60%, but it will be quickly even back up. Roll SPP not letting Taffy land. This is what we're talking about approaching the Poison Cloud wrong. If he's in a good position, Piranha Plant can keep you in that Poison Cloud longer with either a jab or a grab. You really have to watch after that. Ooh. Tried to push himself again, but spike ball trading with the dash attack. That was really good use of the egg lay. You're going to take a little bit of less damage because on activation, egg lay has intangibility. It's still taking the bigger trades again. Like, probably the biggest issue for Taffy is just the amount of times they've had to take trades that have been super against them, really. I really like these egg lay uses there. It's going to cover the fade away out of the egg just a little bit slightly. Tries to follow up. Not really getting the job. Oh my gosh. Jeez. They tried to get around the roll SCP. Just angles that spike ball the other way. Watch out. Ooh. Down smash 2 frame. Okay. Wow, that was actually really, really well timed. Was not expecting that to work like that. Yeah. That was very solid indeed. That's just the question. If Taffy can get this damage built up safely here, got these spike balls set up and ready. Keep them shooting, keep them firing. Oh gosh. That could have been a trade. That would have been another trade. Taffy might not have wanted to take, honestly. Okay. And that jazz for some shield pressure. Good option. Roll SPP actually keeps neutral gutting here. And it feels like Taffy had the read on that, but didn't set themselves up correctly. And Roll SPP catches that desperate attempt to regain stage control with the F smash, and that will do it. Roll SPP taken to set 2-0 over Taffy, going to move on to the next round.
Okay, let me go ahead and find everybody another match. While that comes to a close, I think we may have to chill for a hot second.
Yeah, that's all good.
Only one because you had Kanye playing. I'm not mad at you, sir. I am not mad at you, sir.
Yeah, that was a pretty good set. Definitely very competitive. You like to see it.
Yeah, I think we'll be... Let's wait for Angie and Manny. Angie definitely the favorite in that situation.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Magic is around. If it goes green, we'll create it, but I don't think he's home, so. And that's all based off of Discord conversations.
Yeah. So they had a pretty prioritized work schedule, which is good.
No Kendrick, though. Rolls PP. Man, can you guess what that name is, Rainbow?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
It is definitely a very unique and interesting tag, I will say as much.
It stands for Piranha Plant. I guess we'll just call you Piranha Plant then, if that works.
You know what? Rolls Piranha Plant, that actually makes a lot of sense. Cool.
As far as the PP is concerned, I'm guessing.
Being in character. Being in character, yeah. Neato.
So as mentioned before the stream, and now about to be during this stream, this is the last event before our big event at the end of the season, which will change to the BNC, which will be a larger prize pool. For you all, we'll take a slight break, and then get back into the next season and press on.
Right, the BNC, does that still stand for the blocking chain?
Correct.
Nice.
A little bit of water. So Zam, which is a Sonic player if I remember, yes, he came out last week. Took it against Brian the Brian.
Brian the Brain.
Oh, I said Brian the Brian, didn't I? Brian the Brain is correct. ANG and Mini 1-1 now.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's fighting the Steve.
As Steves like to do, they like to fight to the end.
So we might end up with the winner of JJ Cat versus Chili Dog versus Zam. Get some more Sonic in her life. It's been a while.
Perhaps. Yeah, GG Cat's currently fighting against the Ganondorf. That might be a quick match, not sure. Depends. If that's Samus versus Ganon, I could imagine that being a bit brutal.
I don't remember. I'll have to go look at the old events, but we had a couple really, really good Ganons come out. Really, really good Ganons.
Yeah, that's true. We have indeed had some solid Ganon play in events in the past.
Switch to the screen for a little bit. I agree. Bad Boy Ray does do some cool stuff. Morse has been signing up for the events, just hasn't been playing. It'd be nice to get Morse back out.
Yeah, true.
Bad Boy had some interesting gameplay. I think he was playing the Kazuya? Sorry.
Kazuya Mishima.
And that's who he seemed to main, but he did have a couple pockets. But I think he got triggered, so, you never know. Oh, a Terry as well. He had a Terry. That's what it was. Magic and roll. Hey.
And they went green.
It did go green. Man, it's probably not going to be very long for JJ Cat. Let's keep it going, though. Let's get him on stream.
All right.
Why hold it up, right? It's a little back-to-back-ish, but that's okay. That is okay.
That's okay. I mean, if y'all are familiar with Money Match Gaming, sometimes we like to ride with the player and see their little bracket journey. It kind of just has to happen sometimes with all the other matches taking place at different times. It's completely natural. And that way we can get some kind of content on the stream in the meantime.
Actually, I'm going to cancel, even though that's kind of ill-mannered a little bit, and get JJ Cat versus Zam. Just for a change of pace, you know?
Hey, I mean...
Or we could get Many versus SH Rick, because Many beat ANG. Upset.
Wow, okay.
But I think I'm going to grab JJ Cat versus Zam. I enjoy JJ Cat's play.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one. Both of those will definitely be interesting. I forget who SH Rick plays, because they haven't played in bracket yet today. They've been riding the DQ wave. That just kind of happens sometimes. That's okay though, because the winner of that set, if we don't end up seeing many in SH Rick, if they play off stream, we will see the winner of that for sure in winners finals, because that is a winners semifinals match. And yeah, JJ Cat versus Zam should be interesting. See, I've seen JJ Cats play before, but I've never heard of Zam. But I'm pretty familiar with a lot of very strong Sonic players here. It'll be interesting to see how they play things out and what makes them different, because it can be very hard to spot the difference with Sonic players. Trust me, there is one.
Okay, we got the beginning of the players joining. There's JJ Cat, just waiting for Zam. I went ahead and DM'd him in Discord.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too much longer. Everything on the way. JJ Cat going Samus. Zim undoubtedly going Sonic. Sonic.
Yeah, they're not playing around.
Did you see Sonic 2? You're a big fan of Sonic, right, Rainbow?
Yeah, haven't been able to see the movies though, because home life.
Gotcha.
Might be the only one in the family that has interest in seeing them. Would have been nice to see the original one on Netflix, but unfortunately, by the time I thought of that, it wasn't there anymore. So, or it was never there for US to begin with. I don't know. We'll find a way to see it one day.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
I mean, it sounds pretty good. It sounds like Jim Carrey was really good in it too, and that's exciting. When Jim Carrey is hot, Jim Carrey is very hot. Like, those who have seen how the Grinch Stole Christmas, oh my God, he was great in that too.
Yeah, he can be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. He makes me laugh. And it's not that he was like bad. It was just kind of like, it's like the beginning, so the origin story is kind of slow, and you don't ever get into the juicy details until you start getting into movie 2 and 3, where they start bringing in all the characters that you want to see. So that's kind of what I mean.
Yeah, don't really know exactly what the first one is about entirely. Just know that like Sonic comes from a different world to like the human world kind of thing is like the only thing that I could get from the trailers, but I have to figure everything else out from watching it. So.
What's good, Magic? What is going on? And it looks like it's about to go down. Ready? Here is to that fighting action.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. All right, we got Samus versus Sonic. Gotta really turn up the energy for this one. Because, yeah. I mean, this is exciting, really. This is what Smash is about, throwing stuff and going fast. But taking a lot of time doing so. that is the description for Sonic gameplay. Going fast, but taking time doing so. Probably the perfect analogy for Sonic in this game. Only really kidding, honestly. It's not an insult anyway. It's just that the winning strategy, if it's the winning strategy, it's a good strategy for sure. But yeah, honestly, Zam is taking a page out of that book for sure. Like, can already see how they're just kind of taking their time to look for these openings here first before getting in. But once they get in, that's where the damage is really piling up. And yeah, just take that time. A lot of jump cancels on the spin dash and spin charge before going in, just to set themselves up and be ready for the right position. Position advantage is very important for Sonic in general as a character. One of the main things that you will need to practice, as well as movement. Is, you know, like movement might seem simple, but it's really not. There's actually a lot of different ways to maneuver with otherwise what seem like very simple moves. And you have to be able to control the fastest thing alive as well. That first stock being taken with a very nice platform drop back air. That actually can be a bit hard to do. So kudos to Zam doing that, honestly. Getting the first stock there pretty nicely, but JJ Cat ready to take the stock back on response here. Okay, well, Zam gonna break out of that situation there. It kind of looked like JJ Cat was pushing him to the corner, but Zam found the right way out of that situation there. He's using these springs right now to go high and make it a little bit trickier to catch when they're in the corner there. I'm seeing. Homing attack, okay. There's not really a for sure on what they're gonna do yet either, as they're mixing it up here and there. Usually when you're fighting Samus, you don't necessarily want them to be able to get their charge shot filled up all the way. You want to be able to smother them in instances where you can, but as Sonic, honestly, with the stock lead, you're probably not as worried about that if you're confident about dodging the charge shot, which so far Zam has been able to do pretty well. But the more opportunities that they give JJ Cat, the more that they'll have to potentially take the stock there. And just gotta be a little careful there. Zam went for the edge guard there, which may have not been the wisest choice, because they gave up stage control and JJ Cat immediately responded, getting up on the stage and getting the grab for the stock, that grapple beam. Up throw right there. Zam has a very comfortable lead to play off of otherwise here. So not looking too shabby for them in their first game here on the stream today. Ooh, yeah. Whiffing the grab there. Trying to get a combo started. You're at quite a percent right here, where that might be a little bit more predictable in the perspective of Zam there. They're just setting themselves up for the options off of the ledge. Zam's ledge trapping in general versus Sonic or versus Samus has looked pretty solid so far. He's kind of covering some of the main options you'd see a Samus go for, in the sense of trying to jump off of the stage or jump off the ledge with a forward air. Giving themselves, that's something that Samus players do tend to seem to have a pattern of doing. If you're fighting a Samus, you could expect them to do it at least maybe like 5 times a match. Who knows? Wow, the homing attack itself killing is kind of funny when you think about it, because usually you see it set up into the kill, but here it takes the stock. Zam is going very aggressive off stage to try to really take advantage of JJ Cat there. To really see just so much confidence in Zam's play in general. Now here JJ Cat is not really out of it here. They've been taking things slowly as well, in all honesty. Like it feels like both players have their own respective patient gameplay. And JJ Cat right now is trying to rely on more of an adaptive style to bring things back versus Zam. Be careful though. One missed input buffer could cost the game there almost. But back on their footing. He's trying to get control. Trying to catch this fast moving hedgehog. This grapple beam has tons of range, but it doesn't have the generous range that Metroid Dread grapple beam has. Can tell you that much. If it was that grapple beam in Smash, that would be broken. Unfortunate ending right there at the SD there, but Zam looking very, very comfortable sitting in that first game there with the 2-stock victory.
2-stock. I think JJ can mix it up though.
Yeah, indeed.
Has a certainly more complex kind of, has different game styles. That's the way I should put it. has a lot of different game
Yeah,
styles.
yeah. Like, from seeing JJ's play before, there's a bit of confidence from commentary here that JJ will be able to mix up the styles. They might notice that, hey, I've been trying to go for these grabs here and they're really not working. I'm not able to get these grabs instead of a combo starter. So why don't I try to find a combo in a different way and try to punish Samus, try to punish Sonic when they're most vulnerable with, hey, say maybe let's fire a charge shot here, because this can also be a really good combo opener. And if we land this charge shot, we can get a lot of mileage off that. So maybe that is something that potentially JJ could do to answer that. Right now, though, it's looking like finding those openings might be tricky if you're not already ready for them there. Because Zam really likes to use spin charge, or they like to use the spin dash invincibility to zone break, and it's been working quite well. Not the best start though, kind of a quick dip, and that's already going to be very beneficial for JJ Cat here. Just having the stock lead real quick, Zam having to play off of the back runner here, but is Zam gets the stock off? Hold up, Zam knows the objective here. You eliminate this Samus as quickly as possible. Ooh, the charge shot firing, that was nice. That was nice. Almost got a forward air off of the 2. Okay, that's not gonna be safe. That's gonna be a nice punish right there. Punishing Zam off of their hastiness to get things going has been lending JJ Cat some favors so far. Yeah, baiting out this grab once again. Gonna be a backer to meet. Not gonna get the kill though. Okay. Watch those homing attacks though. The homing attack is nowhere near the target. It will go straight into the ground and there will be a lot more end lag there to punish. Got the jump covered. It's important right now, if you're Zam, to not get tilted in this situation. You did SD in this game, but if you lose this game, it really shouldn't matter too much to you. Just stick to your game plan that you've been doing so far, because you know that it has been working very well. So there's that forward smash coming from Zam. I'm going to take that stock there. At 127%, you really got to dodge and weave to avoid themselves. But JJ Cat was ready for the attempt on getting closer to the center there with that neutral air. I will take the stock that was very cleanly positioned for that. Okay. A lot of retreating stepper. Try to get a combo of the charge shot. They used the B reverse there to kind of fake out Zam and create an opening for that charge shot to set up a potential combo. Still getting the damage though is a big thing, because in game 1, remember that they weren't really landing those shots nearly as much at all. But here's Zam keeping up the juggle. Samus is very floaty. You're going to take great advantage of that for as long as possible. Okay, JJ here. Run up and grab. Zam over respected the forward air there, so nice opening there as well. JJ Cat is definitely starting to build up momentum. Gotta watch out. Dash attack. Would say that was a good roll-in, but the option right after was so greedy for Zam to go for when JJ was still in a good position to punish because they had all that space. So setting up the downer into screw attack combo, and JJ will be able to tie this up. Yeah, Zam just got a little too greedy to try to even things up in that game. May have focused a little bit too hard on that gameplay, and now it's really going to come down to that they didn't focus too hard on that second game, because that game already had a bit of a mulligan stock. And you gotta really phase that out right now. But you had the lead in the game 1 so convincingly, but now JJ is starting to figure things out. It's like you're gonna start to feel a bit of uncertainty regardless. In any case here, who is going to be able to take this set here? It's showing to be a bit of a mental battle here. Don't let it get to you. and you'll be able to take the victory. It might be a metal battle against himself, against themselves. You don't know. Yeah, I mean, this game 3, Zam is approaching this so far. You see how they're just trying to feel it out again here, because they realized that they lost a lot of momentum from that second game. So slowing things down again until they know for certain what they can do in this situation, like say Samus's options are more limited because they're in the air or off stage. That's the time where we've seen Zam really pick it up a bit more. But they're taking things really slow right now and just kind of trying to let JJ do these options first. Because JJ there, for example, kind of just resets the situation by just jumping away when Zam's gonna zoom off. Yeah, but you gotta watch the shield grabs though. Shield grab is probably not a good option for Samus here in this matchup much at all. Wouldn't really recommend it versus Sonic who's speeding toward you. We're seeing this punish build up there. The spring elevating the situation, getting that up air as well. The homing attack almost connecting into the back air as well for Sonic. Yeah, and just gonna take their time, bait out some movement there to get that punish. And at this point, JJ could still play off of the situation. They did try to catch him. I think they might have wanted to land on the platform and use a full hop to reach that distance and almost paid off there. Because they do recognize that Zam feels comfortable going high to avoid a lot of the zoning pressure from Samus. Okay, there's a cross-up backer for the first stock there. Yeah, that grab is so good. Just charging up charge shot alone sets up a bit of a fear element in a lot of players, even players who are just ready for it in general. At that percent, Zam had to anticipate that JJ might just fire it off and try to take the stock then and there with it. So they use that as a bait to get a grab. Gotta watch for little tricky things like that. That's just part of learning the Samus matchup. But Zam, again, just feels a lot more comfort outside of those situations there. Oh, no? Just a little bit too weak of a shot there. Wasn't really able to set up even an F tilt off of that. Was hoping to get Sonic off of them. But instead finds themselves knocked into the corner again. Choosing Nutri-Gut up there. It does seem like more and more these ledge traps from Zam have been more so guesses than based off of their positioning, because sometimes you'll just see them try to swing something their way without properly waiting for JJ Cat's response. But the positioning in that position still set them up nicely, because if JJ Cat is a little impatient and tries to get back to center, they can still knock him away with the grab. But the dash attack, Giant Spark coming through to take the stock. That's what we like to call those dash attacks, because it's very reminiscent of the speed booster item from the Metroid series. Well, of course, not functioning the same at all. If it was the Shine Spark from the Metroid series, that would be doing some serious damage. Actually, super strong. I mean, Screw Attack in this game is massively underpowered for what it is as well. That thing one-hit KOs most enemies in that game it's from. It's just very funny how weak it is in Smash Bros. Right now, JJ just taking advantage of that platform. Hang on, you've got some momentum now. And the shot, too. Zam, I think, expended their jump a little bit preemptively there, which meant that they were forced to go straight down into the stage, which let JJ have all they needed, and suddenly they have a lead. Oh, watch your shield, too. Oh, and you're shielding right in front of Samus, too. That's spooky. Hold on. Can't show too much respect here. You have to figure something out right now. Not necessarily run off all the way to get the stop, though. I'm not sure if that's the answer either. Hang on. Yeah, JJ's going to take their time, use the grapple beam to grab the ledge. All right, jump away. They recognize that Zam could just cross them up and get a grab there. But JJ maintaining their momentum, making it very hard for Sonic to find the kill here. And now JJ gets just shield in the corner in general. When you see Sonic in that position is so good because the only real killing throw that Sonic has is back throw, which means that he has to come toward you anyways, and you can react to that. And he doesn't exactly have moves that do massive shield pressure. If Sonic had a shield break setup, he might as well be the best character in the game. Like, just straight up. If he had an easy to set up shield breaker, he would just be the best character in the game. And thankfully, he doesn't. That would be crazy. Spear attack out of shield right here. Just really keeping that position and forcing the shield with the jab there, even if it doesn't connect into a true combo. Zam can't do anything. Oh, the shots! That was really beautiful pressure there, prompting the jump with the movement. Once again, that charge shot coming through really came down to, honestly, the adjustments in game 2 that JJ Cat made. That game 3 was looking so even until they took the stock. And then they realized just how Zam could not really deal with a deficit and played off of it incredibly well. So JJ Cat, in a very impressive battle, will move on.
Just like that. It's all over.
That was a beautiful snipe, though. My goodness, that was so well positioned and so well thought out.
All right, so we have the completion of JJ Cat versus Zam. Up next, we'll have the winner of Magic Trumpet Man versus Casual Ham, and a ride on with JJ Cat.
Yeah, sounds good.
Small bracket tonight, but that's okay. We don't mind those. You know, towards the end of this month, we'll have a bigger tournament, so most likely a bigger turnout. Magic Trumpet Man did take it over Casual Ham, so we'll be getting right back into it. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Yeah, this will be quite an interesting bounty for Samus, though. Little Mac, a boxer from the Bronze. But the payout is nice here because it'll move you into the top 3. And the top 3 does get a payout. Or, well... Oh, what's the payout for top 3 again? Is it just the trophies and first place gets money as well? Or how is it split again?
So, essentially, if you make it into the top 3 or top 8 in general, I can just take it to the screen. Let me take it to the screen.
Perfect time for a jump like that, yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. I don't really want the music playing, so. Currently, essentially, if you get a gold trophy, you can, and you hold it during today's event, if you get anywhere in top 8, it'll give you $5. If you get top 3, you can get $3 from your silver trophy. And then bronze is $1. And let me double check. Yep. Okay, that's what we got going on there. And then for the cash payout for tonight, I imagine is just first place. I have to reconfirm with Smurf. But yeah, that's the gist of it. That is. In any case,
either way, there at least is a prize for placing in the top 3. So the winner of this will get something out of that, guaranteed.
My jam. Turn my mic up? Sure. Okay, how about that? Let's go with this. Will that work, Magic? My mic sound, that is. They are in it. It's time to go to war.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Honestly, probably another match that's going to be pretty patient here because, well, yeah, I mean, to imagine that Samus would want to keep Little Mac out as much as they can. This character can move quick as well, but this character doesn't want to necessarily approach incorrectly versus projectiles. Oh, hang on, you don't have a jump anymore, you're just dead. That's just it, man. This is all it takes to edge guard Little Mac. So that's JJ Cat picking up on that stock quickly. While this matchup doesn't seem the best right now for Magic here, you're gonna have to do quite a bit of thinking to figure out how to work this out, because this is just looking tough already. Don't exactly feel like it's out of their hands though, not at all. Not with Magic Trumpet Man. That call out will get them the stock at the very least. Very nice use of the, oh my gosh, that was 60%. That was very, very well timed for them there. Missing a tech versus Little Mac, yeah, you don't want to miss a tech versus any character really. But missing a tech versus Little Mac is so much. Let's see, this match is just going so fast by comparison to the last one here. Because any punish from Little Mac just matters so much. But at the same time, those stocks from Little Mac can fly off the table quick as well. The down smash, we have an even game. Can't even finish sentences and can't even construct and finish the sentences to figure out the phrases. It's a little word jargon here. Okay. He's just standing there. He's just standing there. Little Mac is no fear. They're just standing there. Jumping counter has been an option that they've been going for a little bit there. Maybe they're trying to call out some of the zoning from JJ Cat there, using that as a way to just brute force through things. Things feel a lot more comfortable here. They used the super armor on their special move there to get through that border. Roll in to get the positioning here. And what's the option there? Tries to read for a roll get up after you doing a down tilt to force the get up option. Yeah, just taking this stage, center stage. That's just all the Magic needed there. Didn't really need to lush cut there. Just needed to wait. Because Little Mac has that burst coverage from that dash to get in. That was a very clean way to close that out. It looks like JJ Cat had such a commanding lead in that set, but Magic turned it around. I mean, he makes magic happen. What else can be said?
Just watching it, you're like, how? How?
His name is just so true to him, really. For the character that he plays, he's been able to pull it off against countless professional players or high-level players. Well, maybe not professional. High-level is pretty good, though. It's a good word for it.
Oh, they know the Magic. They know the Magic Trumpet Man.
If you don't, you better find out today.
Yeah, what happens is they like learn about it and then like, all right, well, I need a method for this. A method for this madness.
Indeed. What's the stage pick gonna be though? That's gonna be very interesting because Smashville, honestly, going back to Smashville. Okay. I mean, at the end of it all, the match was pretty even. Oh my god, you got your shield broken immediately. Wow. That's hilarious, actually. Just straight up, a little bit to do that. With just a slight charge on the downward forward smash, that breaks shields in this game. Didn't used to, but it's not like the old days of Smash. We got gimmicks. Oh my god, gimmicks. Watch your shield versus his character. But that's the scary thing. Because he wants you not to block. So he can get this damage going. But if you're blocking, he'll just straight up evaporate you. Oh, the counter on this true attack too? Magic's pressure game right now. Very aggressive. It's very much counter to what was said about how the matchup would play. This is not really necessarily being a matchup necessarily about patience, but just a matchup of taking the mileage as much as you can go. That combo was insane. Why did that connect like that? Wait, down tilt KO punch actually working. It feels like a rarity. But Magic knows the percents. Knows when that will work the best. And off of that huge string. That's massive advantage. You can't just knock off Little Mac 2 times and even this up. It's not going to be that easy. You've got your work cut out for you right now, JJ Cat. There's that down tilt side B, just finding all these openings. Wait for the side B to just end it, knowing that JJ Cat was just going to fire something off to try to knock them off. They would have taken that trade any day. JJ Cat finally finding a little bit of leverage, taking that stock. Firing off the charge shots. Just trying to get something going. I did say that this would be quite an interesting bounty for Samus Aaron. Can they do it though? They did take off 2 stocks, but they need to do one more. That's the thing here. They're at 104. They're playing like their life depends right now to really bring this back. That bomb placement, really effective trap to get Little Mac on the platform. That's a good spot. Watch the positioning against the shield though. The up B out of shield to knock them away. Still got Little Mac shielding on the platform there. Not the worst position for Samus. Watch the whiff on the grapple. Don't want to miss that grapple beam. Almost a KO from the up smash. Okay, just take the time on the ledge a little bit. Careful, careful. Oh, the call out of the jump out of shield. Magic will take the set 2-0 right there. Oh, such beautiful patience there just to wait that extra second for the panic, for the, not necessarily the panic option, just the defensive option in general. You don't want to be cornered. It's understandable. But that will do it there. Magic just built up so much momentum in that second game, and they were better at keeping it. That was clean.
That was tough. Sometimes they come at you and they come at you hard.
That's a great way to put it.
All right, up next we're going to have Mini versus Magic Trumpet Man. Make sure they got all the information that they need.
Yeah, we got winners finals coming up next.
Before top 3. But then we'll be going into the losers, which is Pressino, Brian the Brain, took one over ANG.
Indeed, yeah. Like, Mania is definitely looking like they could be the player to beat right now in the events with how their bracket has been going so far. But 2-0 over the Minty one, the win over Aang, and also going through Rick seemingly with no problems according to the bracket. Up against Magic Trumpet Man though, who has definitely also been showing to be a force on their side of the bracket as well, with the wins over Roll SP, Casual Ham, and JJ Cat without dropping a game by comparison to Mani. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen there. This is going to be Steve versus Little Mac. If these players stick to the characters they've been using throughout this bracket so far, I'm not exactly sure what to say about that matchup quite yet.
All right. They are both green. They should be both on the way. All right. Just to make sure that they have the right information, we have a Steve versus a Magic Trumpet Man, and they're headed to Town and City.
Alex versus Mito the Back. Just a quick reminder, is this going to be a best of 5 for being top 3, or is that after winners finals?
After winners finals.
Interesting, yes. Okay, so this is still a best of 3 territory here. So whoever takes the first game will have a lot of mileage throughout the rest of the set, really, to just overall take it here. So understand how Maney handles this matchup here, really. I mean, is there even like an on paper what this matchup would be like? It's honestly, I think the matchup will be just best presented with what we see here, honestly. It's the way that Magic Trumpet Man plays. As long as they get their get like a simple smash attack in, it's going to keep the match competitive. It's just that Steve, Alex, Zombie, and Edmundman have such good combo game. And have such a good late game too. Like that's something that's a huge deal when it comes to this character, is they can play the long game because of the resources they'll be picking up throughout the set, throughout the games even. I mean, the resources don't carry on across games. If that did that, that would be broken. Oh my gosh. Imagine if that was just a hidden function that nobody knew about because nobody plays with the in-game set rules, that it carries off across games if you play with the consecutive set rule thing. That would be ridiculous. Not really quite interested in looking that up though. Oh, you save all your resources? You did, but the setup from Maney was too clean there. The block there to make it harder to grab the ledge from that side B, and the perfect forward smash to answer it back. They have a slight lead, but watch the one more swing for the up smash. Jeez, Magic, man. The Magic Man! The Magic Man can do what he can! Watch the grab though, that was so good. They saw Little Mac swing! Okay, dealt 64%. Swiftly. Build up the blocks. The blocks don't matter to Little Mac! So set up 3 in a row! Honestly, in this matchup, the 3 in a row setup instead of the 3 in a stack setup would probably be better. Because Little Mac isn't exactly going to be coming in from a good aerial game answer. As you see right there, he tried to jump onto the stage and got F smashed for it. So Maney will take game 1. Numero uno.
Game 1. I think this is only going to get harder.
Yeah, honestly, could very well be the case.
I'm not sure if it'll go our brother's way. Kalos
They will have
is where
they will have to use their movement just a little bit more creatively and tactfully around Steve, because we saw just from losing one interaction, they took so much damage the moment that it got to that final stock. It was a lot bigger of a deal there. And they were swinging with momentum again, but I mean, they didn't exactly have momentum in terms of the lead, just the feel of the match, you know? Tune that out just a little bit and focus on the game plan against Steve a bit more.
It's just such a hill to climb up against, you know, to where it's just like you're watching it and you're like, man, this ain't gonna get easier. Let's see if he can change it up though.
Wow, honestly, just the way that Magic approaches, that grab is really good against Little Mac. It's catching him out of quite a few of their moves. Wait, wow, Magic is playing like a drunken boxer. If I had to describe their playstyle a little bit right now, it's just swinging. They swung at the TNT when Alex was there. Just standing there, watch for the explosion. No, don't step on that. Alright, well, the jump side being caught them setting up a block, but a quick anvil answer to just even it right back up. Ah yes, Kalos. Just realized the stage choice from Magic here. This is a stage that people would think, why would a Little Mac ever want to go here? We have seen Magic counterpick this stage before, and it working in their favor. The one thing that Magic really likes about this stage is the walls on this stage allow for Littlemac to have a bit more room and creativity in their recovery, which is very important for this character, honestly. The more predictable their recovery is and the easier it is to cover, the more likely the stocks are just going to plummet quicker. Oh gosh, got the gold tool up? That's gonna be quick frame data to watch for now. It's a force smash. It's not as durable though, so it's gone, but it might do the job here. That down tilt force magic to the platform up there. Oh, that's quick. That just, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, that's brutal. It's brutal. Brutal. You gotta be a bit more patient versus Steve and Alex. Like, on one hand, you do want to smother them in instances where you can. You don't want them to build up resources, but when they're not looking for resources, they're looking for their combo starters, and that's what you need to play around the most when you're playing against this character. A bit more patience and campy play can go a long way versus this matchup. It really can. You just gotta take it a bit more slow, even though you are going to be giving the character more resources. So it feels counterintuitive, but it's probably the best thing that you want to do there.
Trying to secure us a loser's match. It might be casual versus Zam, which it is. It's casual versus Zam. I got confirmation. Casual. A real friend of MMG.
Yes, indeed. A very long-term supporter. When was it exactly? Was it like early Smash Ultimate days? Were they here in Smash 4 days?
I think late Smash 4 days. It's a long time, no matter which way we slice it.
For real, and I mean, ever since Ultimate dropped, they've been playing a very steady inkling. So the grind has been coming for them all this way. Excusez-moi.
Start of SS Ultimate. Yeah. So end of Smash 4. Because I remember you in the Smash 4 days. Just not the entirety of it. But some good time in there. Some good time.
Mm-hmm. Good times.
Let's see. Casual's got his character selected. It's hard, man. It's hard, Casual. Feel like in a lot of sports itself, you really do have to go all in. And if you can't do it and you're trying to adjust for so many different things, it's just difficult.
Yeah, it's basically you're playing to win. Even if you look at the bracket, you feel like there are stronger players, you're still playing to the best of your ability. That's what you want to do in a competitive atmosphere. You want to play like you're the best player there. And you want to feel like that too. And not let anything get in your head like that and tell you that you're not that good. Because you are. That's why you're competing. Because you know that you're a good player. Maybe a little bit of mental advice there. Some people see people with a mindset like that they'll call them cocky, but you see, that's a good mindset to have. It's good to think that you're a good player and to play off of that, because that will motivate you to keep moving forward.
Some good repetition in competitive spaces helps a lot as well.
Yeah, I mean, regularly entering tournaments, despite even the small frustrations that you feel like you'd have with those events, the more you do it, the more it becomes second nature to you. You just get more and more used to it as you go. You see right here, Dam looks like they are very comfortable in a tournament situation here. Just looking really solid to start off here. You got 72% start off. Nice. Yeah. This might be a matchup where going for roller might benefit Casual Ham in cutting off Sonic there, because it looks like it will plank out as long as they are charging the spin. But the invincibility, again, I think will rip through it. You gotta watch for that. We'll watch for the get-up attack there. Down wasn't necessarily anywhere near the floor, so they were able to take full advantage of that. That spring was in the silliest spot. Casual Ham missing their punish, completely taking a little joyride off of that. Yeah. Just trying to keep a little bit of ink here and there, make it a little bit easier to build up the damage. It is a very unique and important tool to Inkling's gameplay, is the ink mechanic, especially if you don't run out there, because now you've kind of lost a little bit of a resource. You are forced to retreat to get space if you want to get more now. It is honestly like one of those characters that just feels like it would be simple on paper, but just Inkling's game plan is a lot more intricate and complex than one would expect. And as such, there's just not as many people that end up playing Inkling in the modern era because of that, because the character is just so strange and different from other Smash characters. Even if they don't look like that, it's not because the character isn't as good as people think. Because people do say that. They look at how most top Inkling players have brought the character and they say that, oh, it's because the character is not that good. But have you seen the results when they were using the character? And that's the thing with that argument that doesn't really make a lot of sense. The character still has solid results, can definitely be piloted very well. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's get right back into the action though. That setup was kind of weird looking. I don't know if it's exactly what Casual was expecting there, but it almost got the stock payout there. It was pretty good damage. Honestly, it looks like it should kill. That would be kind of cool. Spot bomb into reverse hit off of roller. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like it had some sauce. Don't judge until you try it. This time the get-up attack will work there, but not for long. Didn't exactly have a real answer to regaining the stage there and got knocked right back to the ledge. Sam is just so comfortable with that too. That landing neutral air set up super well for a clean backer to kill. Zam is looking to get through this set at Sonic speed at this rate.
A real battle. Okay, let's see how they're mixing it up. Still seems like, no, they're running it back. Full run back.
Almost neglected the water that was prepared for this event. Oh gosh, there we go. Oh, I think it was a little bit dry, but we're good. Okay. So where are we here? All right, let's see. I mean, this is just quite an interesting matchup, honestly. Doesn't feel like a matchup that's that easy for an Inkling player to figure out, honestly. But, I mean, not really knowing the mind of the Inkling player all that well. Can't really speak too much on it, so won't really do so. If there's anything noticed right there, is that setting up the Inkling roller just on the stage there, it is a multi-purpose tool. People will look at it as a way to set up for a kill confirm or such as that, but you also use it to just ink turrets, just like in the Inkling game, in the Splatoon games. Oh, honestly, I wonder if the character would be a stronger character if other ink moves that Inkling had did this as well, like say the jab or the neutral special, if those also covered the floor. Would that be really beneficial to Inkling, because it will slow down the opponent's movement trait, and that's a big deal, honestly. That can matter. Can definitely matter in some matches. Did you have a jump? Okay, you didn't need it. You didn't need it. Just gonna Inkling jump back up. Okay, here. Alright, blocking that. Still getting set up into the air though. It kind of looks like Sonic is overwhelming. Zam is just playing a very oppressive style. He's ready for the whiff grab for the back air punish. There's one more stock for Zam to take and they'll move on to the next round of top 8. I don't know. On one hand, using the roller is helpful for slowing down the opponent, but it also feels like it's limiting Casual Ham's options, because out of the roller, there's only so much you can do, really. You're forced to jump after, or you're just going to keep rolling. I don't even think you could shield cancel all that. That would help. Like, something like that would probably help. Maybe the designers didn't want people to rely too much off of roller, though. That's probably why it's not entirely like that. Oh, and you ran out of ink too. Interesting. Okay. Kinda looking tough though. Damn, looking to end this here. 89% Inkling. Not really too opposed by that. They don't really have as much ink to splash right now. Okay, as the forward smash, again, Casual Ham out of ink in a situation where they would have wanted to have it otherwise. Using a jump roller to try to get back on this stage, but getting punched back due to the lack of pressure from that sponge. It, in the end, it was a very dry sponge at that. So not going to be able to do much else with that. Zam going to move on to the next round.
Okay, we're going to ride with you, Zam. So stick with us, please.
Up next, do you believe is Zam versus SH Rick? Yeah, okay. The winner of that will face off against the winner of JJ Cat and Brian the Brain.
Any moment now. You know, I could make sure it's Discord name, make sure he's ready. Checking the announcements channel. Welcome. Welcome! That does not appear to be the correct information, so we'll just have to wait. Yeah, nothing popping up. Okay. Hopefully we got a match. Obviously we have Zam. Zam! I hope he wants it said like that. Because why else would you have a name like that? Tell me!
Zam!
Will Zam!
Yeah. Got a little bit of spunk in that name.
I couldn't see it any other way. Brian the Brain is a Rob?
Yeah.
Okay. Taking some notable wins off people. Getting that first win versus JJ Cat. Let's try it one more time. There we go. I did find his name. That'll make it easy. Oh, that'll make it easy. Did you ever end up getting Pikmin, by the way? Rainbow?
What do you mean by that?
I thought you wanted to get the deluxe version, and you were talking about Pikmin.
Did I say that? No.
Yeah, I was just curious if you ever ended up playing or not.
Yeah, if Rainbow ever mentioned Pikmin Deluxe, don't think they ever got. I don't know if they said anything about getting the game, but no, didn't get the game. Did get Metroid Dread last Christmas though, so that was really fun to play. That ended up being one of my new favorite games. It honestly just feels like what was wanted from a Nintendo game for a very long time.
Oh yes.
And more than exceeded expectations. It was phenomenal.
It was a really good game. I'm not sure how much it was like Super Metroid though. You know, I think a lot of people really appreciated that, like, there were like parts of the game that you could like skip, and there was like different kinds of ways that you could play the game. You know, in that sense, that it wasn't such a pre-printed. Like, you really had to have a strong understanding of the game to skip certain kinds of content and stuff. You know, with watching like speedrunners and stuff. But I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a little weird, but you know, overall, it was a good game. Dread was a really good game. How long did it take you to beat it?
The thing with Dread, honestly, is it felt very similar to the design of Super Metroid. It didn't feel linear at all in the sense of fusion. And in fact, people have found multiple ways to sequence break in that game to get stuff early, like getting screw attack early, which is honestly insane. Yeah, that like I said earlier, that's one of the most powerful items in Metroid. And you can get that very early in that game. You even skip an entire section of the game by doing so, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that move in that game, if you're watching like some of the best play it, is like, it's like silly. You're like watching fighting those like kind of trooper dudes, you know, and they'll two-tap them, and I'm like, yeah, that don't seem right. That usually takes me like, I don't know, maybe 2 to 5 minutes to do. Watching you do it in 2 seconds is not right. Not right. That's a little overtuned, but hey.
People found out that you can kill some bosses in the game with one shine spark. Which is crazy. You don't even have to fight them, you just jump into them and kill them. It's like, damn.
Oh, okay. I don't think we're gonna get SH, Rick. They didn't check in.
Unfortunately,
They waved
well,
and everything.
a bit of a lull.
It is what it is.
Tiny
If
bit
they
of
end
a
up
lull.
reaching out, then we'll do something about it.
Yeah, because there is currently no other available match to play anyways. If they come back, then we'll be able to play the match. If not, by the time the next match is done, we'll have the winner of that versus Zam. It is currently 1-1. And that's that. Yeah, Metroid Dread is phenomenal. The way that Rainbow played it too wasn't exactly like, it felt like there was a different way to play the intended route that they didn't even go across. Kind of just did their own thing and explored a lot of different areas. And what you're meant to do at some point is take a teleporter to one place. They didn't do that. They took the long way there, which you could also do. And they ended up taking the teleporter back instead. And kind of did things in a little bit of a reverse order.
Yeah, for me it was a good game, but it was like really only worth one playthrough. And then people kind of mentioned like the difference between like hard and then like the ultra hard version, and I was kind of like a little disinterested. But I did enjoy my
Dread mode. Dread mode is crazy. It's just the concept of it is crazy. One hit mode? No. I don't know. You see, Rainbow is a big veteran of the 2D Metroid games, but I don't think they're ready for something like that. And Dread in itself, even in just this normal mode, it's actually a very hard game. Probably the hardest 2D Metroid that they've played. It's ridiculous how challenging a lot of the bosses are, which is good. Challenge is very welcome.
I'm kind of glad they introduced something like that though, because there are a lot of games where I feel like people do want to play it that way. So I don't know if you're like into like Back 4 Blood, for example, but a lot of people will try to challenge runs that, and that's kind of what I've been playing the most of. And it'd be kind of cool if they had that built in, to where it's just like, hey, look, this item's not going to spawn. You're not going to be able to use it. And instead of you handicapping yourself, we'll build it into the game, add a little achievement for you, and, you know, make it happen. So I really hope they do a lot of things like that in the future with a lot of different games, especially games that people choose to speedrun.
You know, it's like catering towards the hardcore audience. Like how games will add an easy difficulty. It's like you can do that. You can add an easy difficulty, but you can also add an insane difficulty for people who really like a challenge. I think it's cool to offer to both variety of gamers. Yeah, Metroid Dread did that too, actually, because they also have a rookie mode as well. They have a mode for less experienced players so that they can get into the game as well, which is very, very welcoming.
Okay, 1-1. They've got to be really close to done. JJ Cat versus Brian the Brian. Brian the Brain.
A bit of a tongue twister there.
Yeah, sometimes. One second. I have to step away real quick. Okay, looks like we're gonna have JJ Cat versus Zam. So you get to run it back here in the losers semifinals before we reach top 3. Let me make sure to get them what they need. Alrighty. Let's see what they got going on. So it's the matchup you think it is. Sonic versus Samus.
Yeah, we saw this earlier, and it was honestly pretty close. So it can still go either way, in all honesty. Like, even if JJ took the first set, Sam can't be counted out due to just the nature of their play. It can be pretty convincing if they can hold a lead. Alright, but here we go. JJ Cat staying alive in the bracket, had a close set versus Brian the Brain, which also had a close set with Zam. So, in either case, Zam would have had a run back here against a player that could just, like, in general, this is just a very even standpoint, really. At least it feels that way. Not so far in the gameplay, though, potentially? Maybe. JJ Cat looks like they might be more warmed up, and that's just how we're seeing it start off here. But Zam turning that into their own damage as well. 74 to 78, pretty much almost even here. Okay, oh, the forwarder is going to interrupt the grapple beam there. You know that Samus has to go low, so you try to kick them, and they just go a little bit too low, not making the recovery back. So Zam will see the lead. Begin. 42%. The high screw attack wasn't a bad idea, because you know that in that position, after catching the grapple beam, Zam is looking for you to go for a low screw attack, so JJ made a mix-up there. But Zam still capitalized quite beautifully there, and got a lot off of that as well. Oh, yeesh. Nice. Very good jump off down air. Timed that perfectly. Okay. Use the block as efficiently as possible when you see Sonic coming toward you, trying to kill you. Pretty much what you gotta do. Okay, forward air. JJ could honestly take the lead here. Honestly, just the way that this is going, JJ has been playing so carefully around Sonic and has done a lot of damage to this stock. After losing the first one, but now they have the lead. The forward air kill there. Zam gets the forward smash though. At least it's not a huge lead, because that is something that Zam could definitely work around a lot better as an even game. There's potential to, once again, build that lead. What the heck? Super flying away. Yeah. Yeah, Zam is looking comfortable. Air dodge after the upper may have been ill-advised, and they drift toward the ledge as Zam is ready for the final kick to take the first game. It is with Zam is they find so much success pushing people toward the ledge, because that greatly increases the amount of options that they have to kill their opponent, which is very important for their gameplay. That they are so strong in the ledge in general means that consistency is going to come through when it matters.
When it matters. PS2 is where we're headed to now. Man, was that where we were? Just yeah, okay. They're running it back. It's a run back.
I think these two players, just in general, kind of prefer PS2 versus each other. Trying to think of like what other stages would benefit, or like would imagine that Zam probably just avoids the triplats versus Samus in general. And JJ is probably trying to avoid some of the smaller stages. Town and City, probably another mutual benefit stage, but probably not considered as much either. So yeah, just mainly PS2 here in this matchup just kind of makes a lot of sense when you think about the characters being played. Good here. Zam was able to take that first game there. And in all honesty, it didn't really come down to the first stock nearly as much as one would expect. It was more so the last stock there. Being able to take that second stock off with that forward smash matters big time for Zam for sure. Just right now, finding these openings here. Doing some good stuff. Oh yeah, this combo here. And you reset on the spring too. Zam was looking quite confident again. Using the word confidence a lot in general, because the way that Zam plays is they reset their options a lot in advantage to really keep things going. And when you go back onto the spring of that, you reset your jump as Sonic, that you have another option to further chase after your opponent. You can see ways for Sonic players to find kills off of that even, because that puts them in a greater position to launch their opponent even higher. Okay, ooh. Just, yeah, I mean, this is like what was said before, right? Blocking there was wise on Zam's part. Again, you do have to deal with the potential that they could cancel that out into a grab, but just firing it off lets them know that, hey, I could just shoot this off and kill you with this. Okay. Not gonna get as much damage there because that was the peel out, so it wasn't really gonna combo into anything there. But despite the low knockback it was enough for Zam to knock him away. Here's JJ on this stock right here. Has been doing great pressure. Yeah, that was just smart. They fired off a smaller charge shot there. Just came in with the grab. And that Zam was respecting the charge shot again in his position. Sometimes you don't have to. You see right there, it just clangs right through with the spin dash. So it just really comes down to where Sonic is when you're firing the charge shot in general. If they're at a certain time when they're not ready to do that, they have to block, you know? So it's not like they have a surefire way of dealing with that option. They can't successfully zone break that all the time. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. That looked a little scary, the way that they went below the platform. But because they had that extra air dodge for the extra lift, the recovery would make it just fine. And Zam will maintain the stock. Tries to set up for the positioning on the back. It was very nearly on the mark too. But JJ, gotta really watch for that with these recoveries here. Honestly, wondering at this point if JJ is picking too many lazy recoveries because they're just catching a lot of extra damage off stage, it feels like. It's right there, though. They mixed up a tiny bit by jumping up high, but then doing a low tether. Or it was more still a high tether, but it took them back low, you know. Ooh, almost. The screw attack interrupts. That helps a lot. honestly. 161%. Dam's main option here, if it's a raw option, usually tends to be forward smash, which seems to not have a very high success rate. So JJ might be a little bit more comfortable now. Might be feeling like, okay, I can live a little bit longer. I can probably take the stock first, too. You see, now I have a full charge shot with max rage there. Fearing it. Okay. There's a dash attack there, almost taking the stock. Damn. Kind of missed an opportunity there, honestly. I'm punishing that jump charge shot with. But I got the stock finally with that forward throw. Yeah, but that took so long. That's kind of not the best thing for Zam there. Oh, blast! Didn't release in time. Or maybe committed to a spin charge instead, which by contrast, the spin dash does not have that invincibility on it. So, wasn't quite sure on what the activation was there. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell, you know, unless you play the character yourself. But that one I can tell you for sure was a spin charge, as it had that multi-hit property when it came through. It was also a little bit more of a yellow glow around it as well. It's a bit of a visual indicator. Susceptible. Ooh, charge shot. They're catching it. Very good times right now with that. Got a big punish off of that with a down smash. You got Zam. The high spring right there. Try to just void horizontal play and getting sniped for trying to go low. Did work out. Still gotta be careful though. Something to compliment. Do you like the reservedness of using spring as an escape tool to try to mix up Samus? Because even though it did work in their last set, they realized that they might be looking for it, that charge shot catching their landing. That was really clean. It shows exactly that, yes, JJ was aware and ready to catch an option if they tried to mix up going high, because while mixing up to go high to avoid a lot of zoning can work, it also leaves you vulnerable back on the way down. That evens up the set. Very nice play from JJ.
Well then, no words, just straight back into the game.
Yeah, straight back into it. And we're noticing a bit more of a flaw from Zam that may not have been as apparent in the first set, but now seems to be a little bit more so. It's just getting the kill feels like they rely a little bit too much off of one win condition, that if it does not work, they'll go for a lot more raw options that leave them a lot more vulnerable when trying to get a kill. Even though forward smash with Sonic is pretty good, honestly. But if you keep avoiding it, he's not getting the kill. He's not as mobile when doing that forward smash as well either. So, like, I mean, yeah. Sonic does have a few other options to do the job there, but you gotta just really get used to them and be very creative with them. Because they can also leave you vulnerable too if you're too predictable with them. You know, like, just swinging a back air can be very predictable in some cases as well. Up smash is an underused tool for killing with Sonic, but it's also very strange to use. That is for certain. Yeah, this game 3, the patience really matters here. Oh my gosh. That almost killed. See, that was like a 50-50 situation once that charge shot hit them there, it feels like. Because it seems like if they held shield there on the up tilt, that could have been a grab choice from JJ instead. And at this point, they're feeling like, I don't want to get grabbed and potentially die. They might not for sure know the percent that up throw kills. So they're trying to avoid that situation from happening just by dropping shield a little bit earlier. And maybe perhaps they're trying to jump, but they might still be getting anti-aired if the F tilt hits them regardless. So you just really don't have an answer there. You're not certain. You're blocking in some unsafe spots, or you're not blocking in the right spot. And that uncertainty can get you. As they got depth for sure. Oh, the max rage grapple beam to get the KO. JJ is just looking so clean in game 3. There's a backer there. How does Sam close this out? Okay, nice. Honestly, putting out that forward tilt early on the ledge was good because it forced Samus to fade back there, which left them more vulnerable for an edge guard KO. And they were able to do just that quite nicely here. So now it's not too out of their hands. But the up smash ready for the landing. Nice. And the screw attack as well. Right, but how does Zam get in there? The parry was ready for the cross up backer there too, so not going to find that as an opening either. Spring back, use the spring to go high, but you're landing vulnerable again here. Ooh. Almost the KO there. Not much rage on Samus though. That dash attack does work more as a KO option when you have the rage, as well as screw attack as well. You see, screw attack isn't exactly like a kill option for Samus. It's really not. It's more so the charge shot. That's a bit unfortunate. That's that point where it feels like the pressure is getting to you, kind of SP, when you just fall flat like that. You're just worried about so many options that you pick the wrong option on get up. JJ Cat is forcing Zam to overthink things, to second guess themselves. And it's just becoming so much more apparent here. On this last stock, it kind of feels like Zam is just burning out. Sonic is just kind of fizzling out. He's just not as comfortable anymore here. He's lost his groove, potentially. Gosh. Yeah, I mean, if that was just a little bit later, that would have covered the entire platform and that would have sealed his fate. Straight up. The mutual air there, almost. The end here. There's so many times where it feels like Zam has to just play for survival rather than play to get some sort of advantage in the set, and that is going to mean that JJ Cat is going to have so much more control. The dash attack to end it right there as they try to attempt a spin maneuver, but it gets completely beaten out. And that will be that.
Tough, hard, and difficult. But JJ Cat learned his lesson and improved, you know? Hey, you know, it just be like that sometimes.
Yeah, even though JJ Cat won the first set, they adapted so well across from the second set that they had even more of a download the second time, which was just very scary for Zam. I did say you wouldn't necessarily want to count Zam out, but when JJ Cat is just playing with that much more knowledge, it's really just at that point, what do you really do? You're just really getting outplayed there. You kind of just have to accept it. That at this point, JJ is just the better player. And you have to not take this loss too hard. Obviously not play to lose, but you know, just accept your fate. If it happens, it happens.
I think in those situations as well, it's important, especially in fighting games, to have more than one style, if you will, or you know, a few different openings, a few different closings, you know, that you can kind of change it up a little bit, you know. And so it's like one of those things where you can kind of tell like what they do is efficient and effective, but it's really important to have that different switch, you know. It's like, I've been hitting you with the red combo, it's time for the blue, you know. And it's like you need 2 or 3 from my personal opinion to really flush out your game. And that just seems like, and it's like some of it's the character as well, you know. Sonic just is one of those characters where it's like they're gonna do certain things, and I realize that mixing Sonic up a lot is hard, but it could just be you know, different patterns, you know. More
I mean, some characters, it feels like you just kind of get into a predictable pattern with the toolkit that you rely on, and then you're given tools that you'll need in certain situations, but you won't feel like you'll want to practice them as much because they'll leave you more open. But you need those for certain options. Like I mentioned, for example, as a kill option, up smash for Sonic, and that was something that they never really did. But that's not something that people would recommend for a Sonic player either. But it's at that point where your opponent is able to adapt that well, then you need to know how to use every single option for you. And while you have a solid game plan, sometimes you need a lot more than just a game plan. You need to be able to adapt to everything you can. And now we're on to this matchup here between a rematch of Magic Trumpet Man and JJ Cat, which went very quickly last time. It should be mentioned. So maybe that same case will be here as well, but we'll just see if JJ Cat can make the adjustments here, because they were able to make some scary adjustments the second time they fought off against Zam. It shows that they could do the same versus another opponent as well. But we'll see. I mean, Magic just brings the thunder. They come at you with a crackle. You have to be ready for the damage. Gosh, that was just, Magic went for the downer kill. It basically cost them their life. That was ridiculous that they would even attempt that, rather than keeping stage control, but they tried to spike them with Little Mac. That's just not something that you necessarily want to do. The hitbox is so unreliable. But the spike would have been strong enough to get the kill, that's for sure, at over 100%, yeah, easily. Otherwise, a bit of a weak spike, otherwise. It's funny. But despite all that, Magic just, oh, I mean, like, hold on. Little Mac, can you get back? Okay, wow. Using the KO punch there actually kind of gave him a little bit of a drift to the platform there. A bit of creative use there. To mix up their positioning. That's really stiff. It's really stiff. Well, that's not going to connect there, and that's going to cost you your lives. See ya. Spending the jump there, that's all it takes for Little Mac to have no options. A jump off stage is definitely most crucial to characters like Little Mac, Dr. Mario, and Ganondorf. It is just the tool of survival. Of course, having a jump is important in general for just any character, really, but I mean, these characters can't recover. They are legit a sitting duck off stage if they don't have a jump. It's so important to keep that in mind. Kill punch, ooh. Just went for it right there. I mean, if they had the roll read on the platform, that would have done it for sure. So, not a bad idea. You know you're probably going to lose it soon, and you have other ways to go at this point. But watch yourself. Oh, the jump through flare. Yeah, you're not going to make it back because for Little Mac, it's not just the double jump. For Little Mac, it's the double jump and the side B. If you use your side B in this game and get hit out of it, you don't get it back. So that's a huge horizontal boost for Little Mac, gone off the table the moment that that neutral air hits. That's brutal for Little Mac, man. That's brutal.
Brutal indeed. But we all know this is not the end. Only the beginning.
Only the beginning, yes. True.
Yeah, that's his whole game. It's just, it's extreme pressure and conditioning. You know, Magic Trumpet Man's really, really good at that. Where it's like, I'm gonna make you move the way I want to, or I want you to, and then I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna run you down, and I'm gonna hurt you.
Ouchie.
It's not financial advice. Do your own research, he says. It's not bad research.
Yeah, I mean, You mean, in a true Magic fashion, the counterpick, Kalos, be quite expected here, honestly. Just feels so well versed there. Magic, you're crazy. Hey, they keep going for these downers. I mean, they're just thinking one of these is gonna work. Can't really doubt it. Ooh. Forward air definitely will help. I mean, why'd that get kill? I feel like Samus could have recovered there, but they just weren't ready. Maybe, honestly, getting hit by forward air is like a buff. It's like a debuffing move. You get hit by that, you get hit with confusion. You're like, oh, what do I do? I just got hit by little like forward air. How do I recover? And you just die. Like, yeah. If Samus used like a low wall jump, they might have had enough criticality to make it back. Is the thing. But now they're down 2 stocks because I KO punch. Once again, Magic finding a really good time to combo into it. So they got so much off of it. Oh my gosh, get away from him. Get away, he's punching. Oh, that's not gonna be as much actually. That's not gonna be as much. Okay. That was only the aerial version of the KO punch, so it's gonna have significantly less knockback and percent, but I mean, it still did something at the end of the day. It was a mix-up for getting back stage for recovery. It was something that JJ Cat could not only was forced to respect, but they couldn't even block it. If they tried to block that, it still would have hit. Actually, saying that, don't know if that's actually the case for the aerial version, but in any case, regardless of that, Magic taking the second game with a very convincing 2-shot, showing him how it's done on Kalos Pokemon League.
Some serious aggression. Really got that conditioning done that round. It's like this weird situation to where you're like, you know he's aggressive, you know, you kind of have to be afraid of his aggression, but like not be afraid of his aggression.
It's a very strange feeling.
Yeah, it's like this one thing to where it's like you can't give it too much respect. You still got to do what you got to do, but man, little Mac can make you hurt. I'm gonna make you hurt. You be like, ugh. It hurts, all right.
Yeah, to hazard a guess here, maybe some platforms. Okay, surprisingly back to Smash. Okay, to be fair, JJ Cat has shown that they can win on this stage now at this point. I think the first game was Smashable, even if it wasn't. The 2 times that they played on here in their first set was, it felt like they could definitely do it. It just depended on how things went. Because Magic is just building a momentum so fast. I mean, what can be said really? It doesn't feel like the stage is the reason per se. And it feels like JJ has enough room, has like the room that they need really to keep the pressure on Little Mac and space themselves out correctly. Like, for example, they're using the aerial to fade back off the shield, forcing a whiff from Magic when they try to punish. And a dash attack is perfect for the answer here. Stuff like that. And they can just close space a lot better when they need to. Damn pressure. Okay. What is Little Mac trying to do? He's trying to kill you. Magic definitely feels very comfortable with that middle platform, which is a bit surprising because being on top of a platform is usually not the best position in this game when somebody's below it, due to the limiting in the options that you now have in that spot. Oh, hang on a minute. Magic's holding on to this. Hang on. Oh, shoot! Oh my gosh. Yeah, just the way that Magic was perfectly spaced to avoid some of the projectile pressure from Samus. He was just in a position to be able to react to that pressure. Kind of felt like it was coming, honestly. It felt like it was coming. He was going to get the setup. He's going to get the down tilt. But the thing with that down tilt is it wasn't a true setup there, so he waited for an option from JJ first, was able to punish the air dodge. Yeah, that was very, very strong. And suddenly things look very, very bad for JJ, who was looking to be the leader of this game here, but now Magic has turned it around. And one more swift blow will end this game. We use these tools efficiently here to survive. Another KO punch. I mean, Magic honestly could just throw this out and it wouldn't really matter too much. I mean, it might matter if it doesn't really have much of a benefit. Watch out, watch out! Woo! Okay. Had to be very careful there because if JJ could find the perfect spot, they could just drift a neutral air and they would be able to cover a lot of little nice options there. But choosing the high recovery was the wise decision there to avoid that for Magic. But JJ, oh, you can't hold that ledge too long, baby. Punch, punch. 1, 2.
You win, Mac.
That boy, Magic, be putting the fear in people's hearts, man. You could just feel it too. He's like, please let me get back to the stage. And he's just looking at you like, nah. No. No!
Wow, some of these calls Magic have just been too good, man. Oh, was that best of 3 or was that supposed to be best of 5? Because that was in the... Okay. Just making sure because it was on like the other side of bracket. But yeah.
Magic being the truth.
I mean the other side of the bracket where it's like it advances the top 3 first bracket. I don't know. Alright, I think that's it then. That's it. Hey, okay. Was thinking that might have been a best of 5, but no. Only grands.
Yep, that's the only one that gets the cash payout, so.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That's fair. It's still a very, very good set. Probably the best set we've seen. Not necessarily out of like a sense of... There's no sense of bias here. There's been a lot of great sets. But that set really felt like it went all the way for both players. Just the way that they clashed. Especially how close the final game came down to there. It's like, Magic could have lost the game, but they had to be extremely creative to survive, and they were able to pull it off. It was very impressive. And then there were 2. That'll be Maney coming up against Magic Trumpet Man in Grand Finals. Another rematch? I mean, the last, like, 4 matches, I think? Or maybe the last 3. Maybe the, like, last 3, including this one, have all been rematches at this point. But yeah, we're going to see if Magic can adjust here. You've got a little bit more room to do so, too. So we'll see. Little Mac versus Steve. Alex! More like Alex here.
Man. I don't know if he can do the same thing to Steve, though. I feel like it's just almost impossible to, like, out-tempo Steve, if you will. It's just... You're going to play his game. You just got to beat him at his game, is what it feels like.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the matchup advice suggested against Steve, still let Steve do what they want to do. That's just how Steve is designed, honestly. You have to be able to play around the fact that he's going to be building blocks.
Sending carts your way. Here comes the cart.
Yeah, you gotta be aware for carts too. Honestly, though, it feels like the matchup has kind of gotten to the point where the meta doesn't really play around cart as much anymore, but it's more so just the building aspect what really matters with this character is that you don't get touched by a grab, a jab, or an up tilt, because those are some of their main startup tools for their biggest combos, especially after crafting bigger tools. But you still get pretty good damage off of even their base tools, so you've always got to respect for that. But even then, another thing to respect is definitely the walls that the character will set up with their blocks as well. Gosh, Amy is a really good student. Oh my god. Dude, this guy's good, man. Like, their setups are very, very well practiced. So they're getting a lot of efficiency out of every hit. And that is such a big deal. Without even having to craft all that much, they've been putting on such a big position. Seen this from another Steve player before as well, by the name of Desmona, who's an incredible Steve player as well in their own right. Just the thing with Steve players, there are so many good ones, because this character takes a lot to really learn a lot of the important combos and just how to execute things neutral game and just playing mind games in general. You can do that due to the way that you build blocks. You're learning a lot of different ways that people are going to counterplay you. That's also a huge thing, is that when it comes to Steve players, it feels like they're some of the best at understanding how somebody is going to try to adapt to them and playing around that. This character has it all. It's crazy. But just having that dedicated player base is such a big deal too. So clean, like the proficiency of this player has been astounding. It's kind of funny, really, that Mania has kind of realized they don't actually have to set up a huge wall against Little Mac to keep them out. They can just put one block in. I mean, what's he gonna do when he jumps in? I guess if you put that one block, you leave yourself open to getting hit by a side beat. But it feels like Mania takes enough space that they're usually ready for that. Like they'll put the one block down and then they'll walk away from it a little bit as well. So if Little Mac does side beat in, they're ready to grab them for it. And now they got the diamond tools. So Magic stock is on borrowed time. Gotta play this carefully. Magic, you gotta impress us right now. You gotta show the Infinite that you can indeed contend with this right now. Because the tempo of this is such a big deal. The diamond means that... Oh my god, no! Diamond means your death. It means your death. The extension off of the minecart being destroyed by Magic, that is brutal. That was used against him like that. What did he say?
It's just, I've just never seen a Steve not play his game. I mean, that's just the best way I know how to put it. It's just like you watch Steve, and like people can be great, but you still have to play around all the different things that are Steve. You just do, and you know I can't word it any other way. You know, so you're like, hey, yeah, people mix it up and it's creative and it's like you're still playing Steve's game.
And you see another thing that assists your statement as well. This character, I wouldn't say it's necessarily gimmicky, but there's just so many new interactions and Steve-specific things that can happen that you're not necessarily going to be ready for. It's not like you can prepare for every little term of like little things. You're preparing for the matchup in itself. There's just so many little things that can happen. Like the fact that Manny punished them for breaking their minecart is so Steve specific and so unexpected. It's not something that you're just going to be ready for happening. And because of that, they got the stock for it. It's just this character has so many tricks to play off of. It's just ridiculous. All right, hey, Magic, taking the first stop. Pretty nicely there, that down smash. Solid. Oh, that's some like, oh, hold on.
Yeah, that's
we might not be seeing the rest of the game.
That might drop. Camaraderie said, oh, this character isn't gimmicky? In all caps. I don't know if you saw it. Like, nah, mad gimmicky. Let me check the chat.
I mean, you can call them gimmicky. I would imagine that a lot of the Smash community probably thinks that. A lot of characters have gimmicks. Not sure what we're gonna do about that. That kind of doesn't exactly benefit Magic there at all.
Yeah, he dropped.
Yeah.
That's a game.
Oh, that's cool. That sucks. Okay. Well, you know, I mean, he had the stock lead, so we could pretend that maybe he could have out-tempoed him that game, right? Maybe?
No, I was actually just reading the chat. I'm hoping that they just run it back.
Yeah. Or are they gonna run it back fresh, or are they gonna run it back with the stock count? It's the thing if they do that.
Said he got kicked. Oh, I don't remember the set. I'd have to go back and stream. Is there a way to do that? Let me clip to see if I can go far enough back in the clip. You don't remember. Okay, yeah, I got it. Luckily enough. It was like 3-1. Looks like.
Wait, was it 3-1? I thought Magic took 1.
Yeah, he did. 3-1. As far as the stock.
That would have been 3-3. Maybe the way you said that was a little confusing for.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
It won't let him join the room.
Oh, maybe that wasn't like a disconnect, but a smash thing where he might have gotten kicked somehow, but you didn't kick him, but the game acts like you kicked him, so it won't let him join back for 10 minutes. So
Yeah, I think that's it.
that's just
That's super unlucky, but
Smash online. Yeah, honestly, can we run that back from the stock count? Because I think that's the most fair thing. It wasn't necessarily his fault that he disconnected, but the game did that.
and technically he was a stock up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, we should recreate the situation or just run it back.
Yeah. Can't say that Rainbow's experienced that one before. That's a new one. It looks. I mean, if that's what happened, it looks like that's what happened. They could have joined back. That's probably what happened. The game glitched into thinking that. Oh.
And Magic, I don't know if Many's in the chat, but if you guys could, okay, you guys got it. It's cool. Yeah, he didn't rage quit. Like, he didn't lose the internet or anything like that. And that was clearly lag. It's not somebody quitting, so.
Yeah. Again, like, that's not really a time to tactically DC either. When you have a stock advantage, like, if you had a stock disadvantage,
Oh,
and
Magic.
you want to try to jump and reset.
Yeah, Magic, if you're reading the chat, he's fine with a complete run back. So if you want to just do it
Okay.
that way. Oh, I think Magic's a little triggered. Come on, brother. It's all right. And it's not in the rules to say that, you know, if something like that happens, you automatically lose. In the rules, it definitely says that, you know, if you can run it back and you can recreate the situation, do that. So if you don't want to give him that win, he gave him the win. Okay, well, it is what it is, man. That's your choice. Not what I suggest.
Yeah. If they agreed on just giving the win to Mania, I guess that's how it is. We'll just have to go with it. That's Not the best look for Magic, though, unfortunately. Hopefully it doesn't get to them too much, but at this point, they might not exactly care too much, and they're down 2 games, and they'd have to win 3 in a row to reset the bracket, just to reset the bracket. Yeah, don't know. This just be end here. I mean, save it for a brief moment there. Trees? Zoom might be having an issue. I don't know if I'm coming through at all.
Yeah, you're kind of going. But that'll bring us to a close.
Alex wins.
Ah, well, Zoom kind of died during that last game. Don't know if I'm coming through right now.
Yeah, you are now. You're clear again.
Guess that happens sometimes. Well, I think that's the end there, though. And it looks like Manny won that game there, so that would be a 3-0. If they still agreed on that second game, then it is what it is then. And congratulations to Manny if that's the case. Manny had a very, very strong winners run though, beating some really good players and just especially beating Aang, who's expected to do really well at these events. Did underperform a bit today, unfortunately, but still a very good win regardless. And showing a lot of really, really good setups in general. Definitely an earned victory and a very respectable one for Manny.
Well, with that said, as Rainbow said, this is the NFT Weekly. Season 1, actually. We'll have one more event to bring it to a full close. It won't be an NFT Weekly, although it'll operate it. It's called the BNC, is what we usually call it. It'll have a bigger prize pool, so you guys can check out for that. I believe we have it scheduled for the 29th. So you guys can be on the lookout for that. Be sure to join our Discord. For the people who've won tonight, if you hold an NFT and you want to claim the rewards for those NFTs, please be sure to reach out to me or Smurf so we can get you taken care of. We're just going to need to look at your wallet to make sure you're still holding the NFT, and then we'll go from there. And for the players that want to collect their NFTs, I'll be in contact with the people who've won NFTs for tonight, aka digital trophies. That'll essentially just add to your prize pools for tonight. So there's quite a few characters who hold NFTs that'll earn them some money, even though they didn't get, in the top 3 positions even. So, just keep in mind, that's what we use them for. I know NFTs in general kind of have a bad rap and how people feel about it, but in reality, we're just using it because we think it's going to be kind of the new evolved internet, and it gives us a way to kind of track some of the things that are important to us. So
that especially.
Yeah, and that's
very
mainly what it's about.
For the players as well.
Yeah, and then there's many different ways that you can use it, but without going into super detail, we'll leave it at that. So I'll be reaching out to everybody. Again, we've had Rainbow out tonight. Thank you, Rainbow. And as always, I really do believe that you do make our events better. I really enjoy your commentary, so thank you for coming back out. And with that, that'll bring us to a close. Was there anything you or Smurf wanted to say before we head
out? Well, let's Smurf go first.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. Thanks everybody for coming out. It's been a good event. Boo Steve, #beat Steve. Yeah, B and C coming up. We'll keep you guys updated on information about that. And if you're interested in any of the other games, obviously, if you visit our Start Here channel on Discord, there's a bunch of other games that you can apply to or get the role for and stuff like that. So check those out as well. If you're interested in stuff like that, join the other communities within Money Match Gaming. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Leave it a rainbow.
Yes. So the commentary tonight, if you have enjoyed what you have heard, the voice you are hearing is the Rainbow Star. They are a commentator from BC, Canada, who's trying to grow their casting abilities to a more professional level in the future, trying to look for bigger events to commentate as well. But always been a mainstay for Money Match Gaming events since Smash 4, still trying to do their best with that. And hope that you enjoyed. And if you have anything that you'd like to say, you can reach me on Twitter at the Rainbow Star with any types of feedback. I can take any type of feedback, really, positive, negative. Like, you just didn't like it, that's fine. I probably won't respond to it, but like, you know, if you have any critique, we'll gladly take it. Absolutely looking to try to grow and make things even better. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for tuning in today to today's event. Stay tuned for the next one and take care.
Until next time, ladies and gents, good night and farewell.